Hello and welcome to the video. My name's Jensen. I'm a singer, songwriter, composer and content creator, and today we are going to be looking at the K8 switch mic from Fifine. Now, the Fifine K8 is a dynamic switch mic. It's quite a large capsule actually, and that's one thing that they boast about. Now, the microphone itself has a really rugged build quality, and I think it is a zinc alloy, so it's pretty heavy duty. The switch itself feels pretty good. You have to give it a good shove to get it to move, but actually it's a really nice switch. You don't feel like that's going to fall off anytime soon. It feels pretty solid. The build quality, as I've said, is really good. So what comes in the box? So you get the microphone itself, you get the external pop filter, and you get a 19-foot cable as well. And the cable is an XLR to a TS, which is a jack, and that works really well, works fine, no problems for me. And of course you get a little handy carry bag. So you're getting quite a lot for your price here, and you're only paying £25 for this microphone. I think it's actually a really decent deal for what you're paying. There's a lot of mics that you can get out there for this price, and it'd be worth having a listen and checking and seeing against other ones to see what you prefer most. But actually I think if you're only wanting to spend 25 quid, I think this will suit your purposes just fine, apart from one issue which I'll explain later. Now, what is my favourite feature on this? Now, the sound quality is actually pretty good, and I will run you through a few tests so you can hear exactly what it sounds like. At the moment, you're listening to my Rode NTG3, you're not listening to the Fifine, but my favourite feature is just right around here, and it is right around the metal grill, and it is a piece of rubber that runs around the outside, and it is indented. So if I was to put it on a desk, it doesn't roll away. Genius. These are the little things that I love that companies put in. It looks really good, but actually that is a seriously good function. It has an anti-roll feature built in, and it might roll a little bit, but then it'll stop after a few little things. So awesome. I actually really like that feature. Is one of my favorite things about this microphone. The sound quality is really good. One thing in particular is it has a really rich low end. It leaves a little bit to be desired in the high end, but at the end of the day, this is a dynamic microphone. You're not going to get loads of clarity in that high end, and you're not paying a massive amount of money either. You are only paying 25 quid. But you are definitely getting a nice lot of low end, and that works really nicely. The proximity effect on it can be quite noticeable. It's not quite as smooth as some of the microphones, but actually that low end is really going to come in if you're away from the microphone. You're still maintaining a bit of that richness in your voice or whatever sound source you're capturing. Now, I know this is particularly used for voice. I wanted to see what it sounded like on guitar, so I've done a little bit of a guitar recording with it as well. Okay, so right now we're listening to the Fifine by K8. There is zero EQ on this. It is just as it comes. There is no high-pass filter applied. It is just the signal that's coming through to my mixer, and then I'm sending that wirelessly via my Rode link into my camera. Highway to the danger zone. Highway to the danger zone, yeah. Highway to the danger zone. Highway to the danger zone. Now, the sensitivity is minus 52 decibels, which is not terrible for a dynamic mic, and the frequency response of the microphone is 50 to 14 kilohertz, which isn't terrible, but you are missing a bit of that top end. Setting it up is easy enough if you've used a dynamic microphone or any microphone before. You basically just plug your XLR in this end, and you plug the other end into your mixer or whatever input source, and away you go. It's that simple, dial it up. Now, what kind of things would I like to improve on this? Now, I've mentioned that it's got some really strong points. It's got a really, really rich sound to it. It's got a lot of low end. The build quality is fantastic. The switch is good, and I love the little anti-roll bit, but where does it have some area for improvement? Now, this is one thing that I did encounter. When using the cable that came in the box with it, it worked perfectly fine. However, if I wanted to use another XLR, and if there was phantom power on that channel, it drastically compromised the sound quality, and that's something that I've messaged Fifine about. I'm sure they're going to have a look into that, but that's one thing to bear in mind. If you're using the cable that comes in the box, it's fine, and if you have phantom power applied to that channel, it's fine as well. But if you're using a normal XLR lead and you have phantom power applied to that channel, you're gonna have some problems, and it seriously compromises your audio quality. In fact, here's a clip of that now. So you're just hearing the Fifine as it comes now. So now watch what happens when I apply phantom power to this channel. You can hear the difference. The audio quality is really compromised. So this is something to keep in mind if you're not using the XLR that comes in the box. But if I use the XLR that comes from the box, I don't have this problem at all. So overall, I've actually really liked this microphone, and it's really solid build quality. I think it sounds good, and it's one that I'll definitely keep in my mic bag just in case. I like how it sounds on guitar. It just adds a lot of that bassiness. It'd be great to hear what it sounds like on things like kick drums and snares even. So would I recommend it? For 25 quid, it's not really going to hurt your wallet, and it's pretty decent. The only thing to look out for if you're using a different XLR that didn't come in the case and you have phantom power enabled on that channel, it does compromise the audio quality. So that is my big issue with it, if I'm honest. But other than that, it's actually a really good mic. It's very sturdy, and it sounds decent for the price. So what are your thoughts on the K8s? Have you used it before? What mics do you use instead of it or with it? What's your setup? Let me know. And if you found this video helpful or enjoyable, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe and all that goodness. Thank you for stopping by.